Welcome builders, Andyisyoda here and welcome to a tips and tricks masterclass. This time it is detailing and we're going to turn this little ruined tower starter base, very simple little base, into something which looks a little bit like this, hopefully. What do you think? I'm going to take you through the process that I use to turn this ordinary build into something which looks a little bit like this. Okay, so I've got a blank one over here that I can use. First of all, let's grab some ingredients. One of the first things we're going to do is grab mossy stone bricks, and we're also going to need some cracked stone bricks as well. There we go, cracked stone bricks. I'm going to use a tool here which lets me paint, but otherwise you're going to have to replace these yourself in one of your builds if you want to add this kind of detail. Where do I use mossy stone bricks? I think if I've got a stone brick building, the mossy stone bricks should go towards the bottom, as if the damp, darker conditions away from the sun with access to moisture are down at the base of a build, and then this creepy ivy-like moss can grow up from the base of the build. So this is my first tip, is to add this down the bottom and kind of bring it up like that as well. And if you can use mossy stone brick stairs as well, all the better. There we go, that's done. Now I'm going to use some cracked stone bricks. This is where you'd have maybe stress in the build. I would say stress in the build would be round about windows, on the corners, wherever the building would be under maximum duress from the stresses and tensions of holding up so much weight. So the cracked bricks would go on corners like that, around the windows. Don't want to overdo it, but I can kind of blend those in as well. Excellent start. Right, now what I want to do is put in some blocks like this. This chiseled stone block could represent a keystone in an arch, and a keystone is the stone that keeps the arch in place. So using that little block there is a tiny detail which I think just works. Let's grab some stairs and some stone brick slabs and have some fun with this, because what we can do is actually start to put holes into this build. Now this build is supposed to be a ruined tower anyway, but even if your castle or your tower is not meant to be all that ruined, just by putting in the odd little broken brick like that, not only can you bring light into quite dark areas, but you can also just bring character and life to your build. I'm going to go a bit crazy here and just use some slabs as well. Looks like it's about to fall apart. Absolutely love that. And of course, if you've got mossy stone brick slabs, that would actually look very good as well. So this is all about judgment. It's all about your own personal feeling on how the build looks. So this is supposed to be a ruined tower. What I want to do now is actually put some blocks on the ground here, as if blocks had fallen down off the build. And I'm pretty much going to use all cracked bricks. You'd imagine these have fallen down from quite a big height, so they're all going to be kind of cracked and ruined. And you can kind of embed some into the ground and use slabs as well. And what that does is it makes it look like it's been there for a long time, and the ground has sort of gradually grown up and round that block. So let's just add in a few of these as well. You could add stair blocks as well. That would look very good if you added in stairs as well. There we go. Just a few more of these to go. Not bad, not bad, not bad. So we've got all that done. In terms of vegetation, I'm going to keep it quite simple. Just going to smack some of these ferns around the place. Provide a little bit of greenery, but not too much. Don't want to go don't want to put too many things like roses. Don't want to spoil the whole kind of palette that I'm using. Barrels, I love with barrels to do that little shape with barrels. I think looks absolutely fantastic. What we're going to do next, let's think about, let's get the ivy going. So I'm just going to scatter this ivy absolutely everywhere and just let it grow, but I do want to limit it in places, but I want to do the limiting later on. So what do I mean by limiting? well, I don't want this entire section here covered with ivy. So I will do things like this. I will grab a stone button. The ivy cannot grow past the stone button. So if I don't want it growing up there, I'd put the stone button right there, maybe a stone button there. Now it can't grow physically higher than that. By the way, stone buttons on a ruined build actually look pretty good. So if I put some of them in now, the ivy's kind of limited to how far it can grow. There we go, put some ivy along there. What I do want is the ivy above these windows, because it's going to actually cascade down. As you can see, it's cascading down there and actually covering up the windows and offering a bit of privacy for the look. Doesn't that look good? It just looks awesome when it just covers up the window like that. So that's definitely where I'm going to be sticking some of the ivy. Okay, let's clear my inventory. We're going to grab some podzol, some dark oak wood, some spruce leaves, and some dark oak logs, because this ruined build, I think, so the floor would have decayed in places, and a tree might have started to grow here, and this is not as unusual as you might think. I actually came across a tank on some army ground a few years ago, and believe it or not, a tank was growing out the tree. No, a tree was growing out the tank. If I've got a picture of it, I'll put it in the video. Right, so for my tree like this is just how I do trees. I kind of just hold the mouse button down, hold the place button down, and just kind of move backwards and up the way, and you get quite thick kind of tree branches. So maybe just give those a little bit of trim afterwards. Something like that looks pretty good, and we'll have a bit of a branch going in this direction. So this tree is going to be very, very random. It's going to be different from the one which I did over there, which I'm actually really, really happy about. Let's have a look at this tree. So I love this tree because it's got that level kind of equal, and then it's kind of 1, 2, 3 levels like that of the leaves. So I really, really actually enjoyed doing that. So let me see if I can maybe bring a branch out here in this direction. So in terms of the leaves, what I like to do is just kind of go round on a flat plane like that. So just kind of one level like that, and then add in a little bit underneath, a few bits on top, and you start to build up quite a pleasing kind of tree shape. I think we can go even further down below. You get kind of this kind of layered effect. I'm going to use a special tool, hopefully, just to do this a little bit quicker for the purposes of the video, but you can quickly see, hopefully, the technique I'm kind of using. Just building it up in layers, quite big on the top, and then a little bit smaller underneath. Hopefully this turns out as good as the other tree. I was so happy with that one. We shall see, we shall see. Sometimes you've got to start again, sometimes you've got to trim and trim and trim. A lot of fun building trees in Minecraft. Some people shy away from tree building. I know I did for a long time, many, many years. I was like, oh, there's tree experts. I'll let them do the trees and I'll just use their trees. But no, I've actually started to build a lot more trees recently, and it's actually a lot of fun. Brings out the creativity. So let's just keep going. And of course, you're going to add lots and lots of ivy to this, these leaves as well. I'm having way too much fun here. I'm getting carried away with my tree. And to do a couple of lower down ones, let's just add in one more here. Irritatingly, this tree is not turning out as good as my other one. Never mind. Maybe it'll be better if I stand back and have a look at it. Ooh, do you know what? Actually not too bad. Actually not too bad. Let's grab a little bit more ivy. Scatter this about. And we'll grab our last few ingredients. So let's grab an anvil. Stick it down there maybe. What have I got in this chest? So I've got all the mushrooms. Love them. And we've got a campfire and a birch sapling as well. So let's put, can we put this here? A little birch sapling. Absolutely love fungi and plant pots. They just add so much atmosphere to a build as well. So yeah, barrels are a great place to scatter plant pots, just like that. Oops. The blue ones are great, absolutely amazing. Let's go for one more. It says Andy placing 3 of them. Like that, there we go. That's looking okay. I'm just wondering if, yeah, these are fine, that's okay. What else did I have in here? Oh, I had spider web. You want to put that there because it's under shade. You know, the rain would destroy a web, so you want to put spider webs where the rain can't fall and get to them, I would say. Is there anything else? Oh, glow lichen. That does, I've actually forgotten to delete that, but I would put the glow lichen, you know, round about there on the inside, so it just glows from the inside. So we'll have a look at this place at night as well. Slash p time night, and doesn't that look fantastic? Imagine after a hard day's mining or wandering about collecting resources, you're coming back to your base and it looks a little bit like that as well. I wonder if I dare put in a spore blossom. Does this give out light as well? I wonder if it does. No, it doesn't actually give out light, but I know what does, and that's something I didn't use on my prototype, and that is glow berries. Aren't these absolutely wonderful things? They just bring light right down and into your build. Let's add one about here. Can we extend these down? Yeah, look at that. They're starting to glow already. We can speed this up, I think, with a little bit of bonus melis. And there we go. That is how I would add detail to a ruined tower survival base. What do you think? If you like these kind of detailing and behind the scenes and tips and tricks videos, then do be sure to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment if you enjoyed it, and hit that like button as well. There you go, 3 things to do. Take care. Thanks for watching. Ciao, ciao. When the blocks be with you.